This one's a request by somebody.
Yeah. From you.
Yeah, somebody on YouTube actually commented on one of your videos and said, asked for F-U-C-K.
There it is. There it is. You got that running?
Yeah, buddy.
Just to document the piano as apart from the piano player. This note is characteristic of this piano.
Wow.
Only because it sat here in 106 to 110 degree heat through several monsoon storms where it got almost 100% humidity. It will be tuned shortly.
Yeehaw.
And then we'll make a third.
Rock and roll.
A third little show together. This is a song that was characteristic of my entire gig as Sweet Pie. It was perhaps one of the best remembered of my songs, although as I think of what my music's grown into, hardly the most musical of them. This is F-U-C-K. And the idea for this song came from a Memphis Slim song called F-U-C-K. It was cute, his song. It wasn't dirty enough for Sweet Pie. It just didn't seem to have the root I tend to dig for. So I kept his title and changed everything else. And this is F-U-C-K. I should let me mention too that it was recorded. I think it's on my first album that was with ESP Disc. I'm not positive, but I think it's on there. And if it isn't, it still was recorded by Warner Brothers. They would cringe in their pants to hear me say that. But a million years ago, in the late 60s, early 70s, Warner Brothers hired Zero Bullshit Media Studios in New York, upstate New York, ZBS Media, to make their promotional albums of one song from each of 12 or 8 to 12 albums coming out the next month.
Right.
And this promotional album would be sent to disc jockeys and radio stations all over the country. So when Jethro Tull had his new album out, there was one song from Jethro Tull's album on it. Well, before that song, and after each song, and interwoven between the songs was a theme that ZBS Media would create so as to interest you to listen all the way through this adventure of music.
Right.
And the adventure started with this piano. What makes the story so interesting is I sent a tape to Warner Brothers. It was a tape I recorded in the Warner Brothers recording studio in New York City, just a little studio they have, where I laid down about 30 songs, or at least 30, one right after another, and they recorded it as a demo tape for Warner Brothers to listen to in LA. I got passed over only because Long John Baldry's song, Don't Lay No Boogie Woogie on the King of Rock and Roll, a spin-off from his album, didn't sell the album. It got great radio play, it sold a lot of singles, but Boogie Woogie did nothing for album sales, and they passed over me.
Wow.
Well, unknown to them, my friends at ZBS Media took a little of one of the more objectionable songs to them, I'm sure, because Warner Brothers was interested in me giving up Sweet Pie to be Paul Weiner. And I wasn't. So the album, that promotional album, starts with piano just like this. And the voice on the album, the narrator, is saying, we're at a gypsy camp and it's full of tents and trailers and it's nighttime and I hear some music coming from one of the tents. Let's go over and see. It says fortune telling all over the outside of the tent. I wonder if it's the fortune teller or the barker trying to attract attention so somebody will spend a little money for the future. And as they go in the tent, you still hear the piano, and then you hear I used to have a wonderful woman. Her name her name was Kay. I spell it K-A-Y. If you happen to be French, je vais une belle femme. Son nom était Kay. Je l'appelle K-A-Y. What long cache-pet, s'il vous plaît? I'll tell you what that means. That means, in so many words, would you take your tongue out of my ass so I can fart, please? Okay, she was a beautiful woman. She had a figure built up like a Coca-Cola bottle. You know, tits, hips, and a grip. So everywhere I go, every place I go, I look around and I try and find my Kay. So people, please, I ask you, should you see my girl, you tell her for me, please. Please. If you see Kay, tell her. Hey, I'm back where I used to be. If you see Kay, tell her. Hey, I'm back where I used to be. You tell Kay it's been a long time since I laid down. Ooh, shake my picnic up your tree. Come on, people, if you see Kay, tell me. If you see Kay, tell her. I'm back where I used to be. If you see Kay, tell her. Hey, I'm back where I used to be. You tell Kay it's been a long, long time since I laid down. Shake my picnic up your tree. Now, you know, senior age being what it is, I know there's another verse there. I don't get to sing this song for the seniors in Quartzsite ever. It's not quite the song they would think Paul Weiner does. And they come for an evening with Paul Weiner, not for a hard-nosed seat into the owls of pie. Let's see, this is the words to that song that I illustrated. Here we go. All right. You know the part I missed? All it says is, it feels good. I guess I forgot the sensation of it. Here we go, back to the tune. Takes a rubber ball and bounce. Takes my other ball to roll. I gotta spend hundreds of dollars now. Get the kind of weed satisfies my soul. If you see Kay, you tell her. Shock around. You tell Kay it's been a long time since I laid down. Come on, buddy, let's do it now. Look at me, I'm a hippie. Yeah, I survived my time. I'm just an old hippie now. Used to live up in the country. Did some drugs and I did the family cow. I think it's a cow.
American working man out of me.
So people, please,
F-U-C-K. Tell her, hey, I shock around when it rains. And you tell Kay when the sun shines. I'm a happy man, and I feel no pain. Come on, if you see Kay, do it, 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 do it.